Good morning students, myself UPS Singh, science teacher at ISL Murali Dhanbad. Okay, so today we will start the next topic of class 9, that is muscle tissue. So we have already discussed about epithelial tissue, connective tissue. Now we will discuss about muscle tissue. So you know what is a muscle? Muscle usually consists of long fibers, long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel arrays. Okay, these fibers are help in movement as well as locomotion of the body. They contract and relax. When they contract, the length gets short. When they relax, the length elongates, and this help in movement and locomotion. Now, apart from this, these fibers also consist of very fine myofibrils. Okay, these fibers, or you can say this muscle bundles, consist of very minute myofibrils, okay, which consist of two kinds of protein. So altogether at this level you have to know that muscle consists of long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel, like a rope. Okay, you know the any kind of rope, there what you can say the fibers are arranged in a bundle similar to that. But the only stipulation here is that it provided it contracts and relax. Whenever it contracts, its length gets short. Whenever it's what you can say relax, the length increases. Okay, that's help in movement as well as locomotion. Okay, because muscle is mainly responsible for movement and locomotion of the body, isn't it? Now let us understand the types of muscles. Okay, so first kind of muscles, the first category will be skeletal muscles. Now, what is skeletal muscle? This is the muscle which you are mainly familiar with. Like, if I want to move my hand, I will move like this. If I want to move my head, I will move like this, and different body positions. Okay, so these muscles are those muscles that are attached to skeleton, that is bones. Our whole skeletal system, like this bone, these are the muscles attached. These are the biceps muscles, these are triceps muscles, and accordingly there are different muscles that are attached to the different bones. And one of the important nature of this muscles that these are voluntary. That means they can move according to our will. If I want to move like this, I will move forward, then backward with the help of my muscles that is attached to my femur bone. And if I can move my hand up and down. I can move my head. I can move my shoulders. Okay. So these are the muscles which are voluntary. Okay. You can move by your will. Okay. And one of such property of these muscles is physically. If you observe these muscles in a simple microscope also, you can say of low magnification, you can see striations. Now, what does the word striations means? Okay, striations means you will observe an alternate pattern of light and dark bands. This is the dark band, then followed by a light band, and then a dark band. Okay, and accordingly. So this is a kind of skeletal muscles which are striated. Striated means alternate pattern of light and dark band. Why they are light and dark? It is beyond your scope, but still I will explain roughly that these consist of two kinds of protein, and the concentration of protein in the dark region is greater, and in the lighter region is not what you can say not that greater. What you can say in the dark region it is greater, and in the light region it is actually these fibers are separate. That is the reason behind the striations of these muscles. Moving to the next point, which is another kind of muscles is known as smooth muscles. Smooth muscles. Now what are smooth muscles? Basically you can see in our visceral organ, like in our stomach, respiratory tract, ureterogenital tract. Okay, so what happens? Food is present on our stomach whenever we eat, and the movement of food takes place from stomach to intestine and other parts. But this movement is not voluntary. That means we cannot control the movement. Can you control the movement of food in your stomach and your intestine? Never. You can't control. It is mainly controlled by the what you can say hindbrain, medulla oblongata. So it is not directly controlled. It is involuntary. Okay. It is involuntary. Okay. These muscles are involuntary, and the structure is a bit different from the skeletal muscles. Now the structures are like this napiform structures tapering at both ends with nucleus in the middle. Okay. Now these are the structures which are called. This is the structure of the smooth muscles. Okay. Now moving to the third category of muscles known as cardiac muscles. These are the specialized muscles. These are the specialized muscles present in only heart. Now, whenever these muscles, these cardiac muscles, okay, they are present only in heart, and they are also involuntary. You cannot control directly the heartbeat. You cannot increase or decrease directly your heartbeat. Indirectly you can do by doing vigorous exercises. When you do vigorous exercises, its movement will start, the heart will start to beat at a faster pace. When you will invest, then what will happen? The heart will beat at a very normal pace. Okay. And again, another situations, if you watch a horror movie, provided that you find it, what you can say, horror, or you can say obnoxious, any kind of feeling, if you fear to see anyone, or you can say you fear by any kind of thing. If you watch a horror movie, or you can fear any person, okay, if someone is threatened you and you feel fear, then the heart will go low. But directly you can't control. Directly cannot increase the heart rate or decrease it. Okay, they are also involuntary. Okay, and the structures basically, they are also striated, but only what you can say difference here, that their different muscles are interconnected like this, and they are also striated. Okay, so this is all about the muscles. Okay, and the next topic is the neural tissue. Neural tissue or nervous tissue? Let us explain this. Neural tissue and or nervous tissue. Neural tissue or nervous tissue. Now, the what you can say control and coordination of our body. Okay, whenever we feel something, but whenever feel hot or cold, or you can say when prickled by any sharp object, we just withdraw our hand. Who is responsible for all this? Our sensory receptors. And these sensory receptors again goes to our central nervous system, which signal our body in order to apprise our system about the potential danger of the stimulus, isn't it? So the sensory feelings in our body, any kind of sensory feeling, maybe internal or external, is due to nervous tissue or neural tissue. Okay, and neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. Now let us study the structure of neuron. The neuron is basically like this. Okay. This one will be known as cell body, and the nuclear cell body. This will be known as dendrites. Then this whole part will be known as axon. This is known as myelin sheath. This is node of Ranvier. And this is will be synaptic nerve. Okay, synaptic nerve where the axon ends, or you can also say this is axon terminal. So these are the structure and function unit of nervous system, which is known as neuron, and these are present everywhere in our body. Okay, everywhere where the cell sense, almost in any part of the body. And this one will be known as cell body, or you can say cyton. And this axon terminal synaptic cleft. Okay, apart from this, these are the dendrites. Okay, now these conduct impulses, and apart from this end there is a physical gap which is known as synapse, and from this end another neuron arises from this part. So this is a physical gap, and the signal passes from here in the form of electric impulse up to here, but there is a physical gap known as synapse, and this gap is filled by chemical substances or neurotransmitter called acetylcholine or serotonin. So these are the chemical substances which help in carrying the nerve impulses between the calves up to the next neuron, and as a result of which the whole circuit of transmission is completed. Okay, apart from this there are other tissues which are present around this nervous tissue. These are known as neuroglia cells or tissues. These neuroglia tissues actually help and support the neurons. Help support and protect the neurons. Okay, so this was all about animal tissues. Anybody having any sort of doubt, do send your messages via my YouTube channel. Okay, in order to if you have any sort of doubt or confusion, please let me know via my channel. Okay, like in my comment section. Thank you.